Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Welcome to 2023. We are 3 days into this new year, and I hope things are going well for you. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am glad to get to visit with you all tonight or today if you're watching this on the replay. Hope you're watching live tonight because I do have a great guest on hand. But anyway, around, we're going to be excited to talk about what's going on right here in Bryan County, and specifically tonight, we're going to be talking about Durant because on the show with me is the city manager of Durant, Miss Lisa Taylor. And Lisa, I do want to give you a shout out really quickly because the last time you were here on the show with me, it was interim city manager. That is no longer the case. You have had the interim tag removed. I don't know if that means you're the head coach now. I deal with sports a lot, but how does that feel?
It feels really great. Actually, the last time I was on your show, Joey, was the night that I was appointed interim. So that's been a few months ago.
I know.
But
I remember
yes,
that.
it feels great. Yes.
That was actually pretty cool because we were getting ready for the show and you said, "Hey, you want to break some news?"
Yes. I literally found out, less than 30 minutes before we went live, and we were talking about things that were going on in economic development. And, it just so happened that this fell on the same night. So it was very cool.
Well, I know there's a lot going on in the city and year in and year out there is, but let's go ahead and talk about what is happening right now. And right now, heading into the new year, well, we're not heading into the new year. We're in the new year now, and you all have a survey to start the year. So the city of Durant is putting forward a perception survey. Can you tell me what that entails?
Yes, so this is in partnership with the University of Central Arkansas Center for Community and Economic Development, and also in partnership with Southeastern Oklahoma State University. We want to, develop a set of goals and a good plan for our future here in Durant. And what better way to kick that off than to figure out what our residents think about Durant and living in Durant and some of the opportunities that maybe we don't see or some challenges that we're having, kind of a way to bring us all in and get us on the same page. And, I've had experience with this in other communities that I've worked in. I see results out of that now as I still follow those communities. And UCA has a lot of experience. Their Center for Community and Economic Development, this is what they do. They engage people in the discussion and the planning for their future, for their community. And I'm just so excited to bring this to Durant.
And people can get to this survey through the Durant City website as well, but also you could find it on the Bryan County Patriot. So check it out there on our main webpage, bryancountypatriot.com. You can find it in an article about the survey. There's a link to click there and get to the survey, but you also can get there on the right-hand side of the screen. It is on the advertisement section there, and it just simply says click here. So it's an easy way to get there. Danny giving a shout out to Lisa tonight too, so she's watching. Appreciate all the folks watching here on this live version on a Tuesday night or whenever you happen to be watching. Lisa, I have looked over this survey and there are some interesting questions on there. And really, you didn't pull any punches with the questions. You give the opportunity to the people here locally to answer and be very honest.
Yes. So like I said, I've had experience with this survey in other communities, and it asks some pretty pointed questions, asks about law enforcement, your local school systems. It asks about housing. Is it affordable? It asks some very pointed questions, and that's what we need to know. Those are the things that we need to hear from our residents. There are things out there that are kind of in our face every day, potholes and things like that are very noticeable on a daily basis. But this survey really helps us learn about those other issues that aren't, maybe that we don't run into regularly. So from this, UCA will bring their team to Durant, and once the survey is completed and they get the results in, they'll come to our community in Durant, and they will present the information and engage our residents in a conversation about here's what the majority thought was the response to this question, but in reality, here's the data, and maybe it aligns, maybe it doesn't align with what perception is. But what that does is it really helps us focus on, is something really an issue we need to work on, or is it just that we need to communicate better what the actual data is, or the actual information? And that really helps us be more efficient with our resources at the city, and also brings us together to work as a community, kind of toward common goals.
So all things being equal, people should be honest on this, correct? I mean,
Yes.
this is not something to try to either be, mean and brutal, but on the other hand, it's not to try to save anyone's feelings. You just need to tell how you feel.
Correct. So the survey it can be anonymous. You do not have to put your name on this. However, there is a place, the very last question on the survey asks for your information if you want to be kept in the loop about survey results, or if you want to receive invitation to the opportunities for the engagement, the town hall meetings. We need honesty in this. I will say, I would request that people be respectful. I see a lot of things online. You see the negative comments. People bash, some of our workers at the city, and it's just really not fair to do. People are doing the best they can with the resources they have. So I would ask that we be completely honest, but let's not be ugly. So.
Well, I agree with that, and those two don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can be honest and respectful at the same
Correct.
time, and that's the best way to get anything done. We're visiting with Lisa Taylor, who's the Durant City Manager tonight. And Lisa, you talked about UCA coming in and giving the findings to the city. For everyone else who is on the outside looking in, for someone like me, then I fill out the survey. How do I know what has taken place?
Okay, so we're going to keep the survey open for 3 weeks. We want everybody and their brother to respond to this survey, get as many results as I can. And then, again, there's a place on the last question on the survey. If you want to add your contact information, we'll send you an email, let you know when the town hall meetings are going to take place. Otherwise, we'll be sure to advertise those, push them out on social media. Just because we want people to get involved, engage in conversation. For those folks who don't have the time, for whatever reason, cannot attend a meeting in person, we plan to stream them online and take the comments in with all the other information. So just a really good opportunity if people take advantage of the opportunity. So.
And again, it is right there for you. By the way, this is a guideline that was given to us. 3 questions there. Is it helpful? Is it respectful? Is it kind? That's the way to take care of those things too. And you can do all of those. Again, they're not mutually exclusive. Correct. You can do all those things at the same time. So thanks, Danny, for pitching in with a good guideline right there. Lisa, there is so much going on all the time. It's tough to imagine from the outside looking in what you do in your position with a city the size of Durant that's continually growing, constantly growing, and we have different things that are always going on. Some things, as you mentioned, catch our attention maybe a little bit more so than others. Right now, one of the big things that's happening, University Boulevard, the city council voted just this evening on a change order and getting things ready for the new year, trying to get things going again with the University Boulevard project. Voted unanimously to work with the company again. Can you tell us just a little bit about that? There's even a projected completion date.
There is. I would direct people to the city's website. You can find all the nitty-gritty details in the change order number 4 that the council did approve today. Shirley Construction should be back on the job, or will be back on the job January the 23rd. Sorry about that. January 23rd. They'll be back on the job. We do have additional milestones that have been set in the terms for the new contract. You can read those. Give me a call, visit about them if you want, if you have questions. But I'm just excited to move forward with this project. All along, for me, it's been I don't have a preference one way or the other. Let's figure out what we're doing. Let's get it done. I do live in Durant. I live on the west side of University, so I deal with that 49th Street traffic every morning, just like a lot of other folks. And my patience has been wearing thin as well. So I'm anxious and excited that we're going to get, some path forward now. So, and we're planning for better communication. I'm a communicator, Joey, you know that. I'm a talker. So transparency and communication are important to me. And one of the terms of the change order is that Shirley will provide a weekly written report for the public. It'll be provided to me. It'll be forwarded out to the public. So I think that's been one of the biggest frustrations is, just lack of communication at points where, the public hasn't been in the know on a lot of things. So my plan is to make sure that we keep everyone kind of in the loop and know what's going on. So.
And you can read some of those things that Lisa said on Bryan County Patriot as well. The new public, relatively new, well, she's still new, public information officer for the city of Durant, Rebecca Carroll, doing a fantastic job keeping everyone up to speed. And just like what you mentioned, Lisa, with the transparency, she's been getting the information out there. And so you can read about that on the Bryan County Patriot, again, bryancountypatriot.com. Check that out there and see what's going on. Also links to the agendas and the minutes that Lisa was mentioning as well. Find out what is in some of these orders. You can read them yourselves. You can go there, get the links there. Also go to durant.org and figure those things out. One other thing too, Lisa, and I know I appreciate your time on a Tuesday night. I always appreciate that the guests come on with me at 9:00. So that's a cool thing. With everything that goes on, I'm sure you're probably just wrapping up your day at 9:00, but the Durant Police Department is recruiting as well, and we saw open testing going on. So a number of things and opportunities to get to serve in Bryan County, and specifically, of course, visiting with you in the city of Durant. It's neat that they're recruiting and they have availabilities.
And I'll add to that the city of Durant has many vacancies available right now. We have really great benefits, insurance and retirement package. I would encourage anyone that's looking for most of our positions are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Obviously, the police department, fire department are not, but many of our positions are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and just really good benefits. So, you can go to durant.org and check those out.
Well, and even the police and the fire department have shifts.
They do.
I'm thankful that they get a chance to rest, and they do a fantastic job for our community. I'm very grateful for all of our first responders and law enforcement and all the people in the fire department and these different areas that help out, and throughout the city too, who do a number of jobs, not all of them that are seen, but all of them that are necessary. Lisa, I want to say thanks again for coming on and visiting about that tonight, and not only the project, the streets, but also the survey itself. And the folks just really need to take part in this. This is an opportunity to really, and I mean, not just figuratively, but literally have a say in what's going on in the city. Can you wrap up that time?
Yes, absolutely. Just encourage everybody to participate. You can participate online. Obviously, our links, we're going to have them on Bryan County Patriot, the City of Durant website, and social media. We are also putting out flyers around town that have a QR code. If you're standing in line at one of the businesses you want to pay, you can just kind of point your camera at that QR code, go online and take it. It's 25 questions. If you complete the question about contact information, if you want to be contacted back. First few questions are demographic information. And we will also have the survey made available at our Senior Citizen Center as well as our library downtown to let those folks who wish to do a paper survey, they can do that. You can pick it up there, fill it out, and drop it off with them, and they will get the results in. So.
All right, 25 questions, possibly 24, and you're not going to be graded on this, right? So, I mean,
you will not be graded. There are no wrong answers.
Okay, no wrong. Okay, kids went back to school today. So, I mean, this is one of those things. You start talking about questions and how many there are, and is this going to count toward your permanent score? Not
many of them are just multiple choice questions or a rating scale, but there are a few open-ended questions where you can just type your little heart out and let us know what you think.
All right. All right. Lisa Taylor, the city manager in her second calendar year as city manager of the city of Durant. Thank you so much, Lisa, for taking time with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It is a privilege to get to visit with you.
Oh, it's always my privilege to visit with you, Joey. Thank you.
All right, we're going to let Lisa get some rest now on this Tuesday night and wish her. I almost shut off the broadcast. Let me just close her window. There we go. And let her get back to doing all the things she does. I am very grateful for her. I'm grateful for the job that she does, and also not only for this city, but I think for the county as a whole. I think what happens in the county seat does have an effect on the county as a whole, and Lisa does a fantastic job. So I appreciate her and the fact that she took some time with us on this Tuesday night or whenever you happen to be watching us. Thanks for watching BCP Live. A couple more things tonight that I did want to bring up. I will say again about the open testing that the Durant Police Department does have opportunities available. And it does take a special person to become a police officer and work in law enforcement and work in all of those things. And, obviously there are criteria that you have to meet, but this might be something that is a career for you. And so I just wanted to throw that out there. I think it's a fantastic job and what a calling. We all have callings, right? Now I know if this is your first time watching BCP Live, I promise the news portion of the Bryan County Patriot, it's always there. We do straight news, a few features. We try to enjoy our day, but I mean, it's more of a straight news website. However, here on the video side, on the BCP Live side, I don't mind throwing in some commentary every now and again. We all have different callings. We're not called to the same thing. We're not gifted in the same areas. And quite frankly, that's a pretty good thing too. I mean, we need to have different gifts and callings. So for you, maybe your calling is in the area of law enforcement. Well, the opportunity's there. And as Lisa mentioned in some of these city jobs, great benefits too as well. So you got to check that out. All right. We will be back to the Tuesday night schedule. So we started the year here on first Tuesday night of the year. So we're going back to the Tuesday night schedule. We had to take one off during Christmas time, between Christmas and New Year's. I know. But I did get to spend some time with family. Hope that you got to spend time with family as well. I will tell you that all 5 of the Patriot kids were in the same place at the same time on Christmas Day. Now, I am happy about that because for a dad, I just have to say, I knew the day would come when it would not be as regular an occurrence to have all the kids in one place at the same time. And so that day has arrived. Still 3 kids at home, but Mrs. Patriot and I are about 2.5 to 3 years away from that not being the case. So having all the kids in one place at one time was a good deal. I want to remind you, high school basketball is getting underway this week. There are a number of local tournaments, and we need to go out and support our Bryan County basketball teams in what they're doing. So the second half of the season getting underway this week. There's a lot of good high school basketball locally in the area. We ought to go out and support our high school basketball teams. It's not going to be long before baseball and softball roll around. There is still, I think, wrestling season. That is in full swing as well. Excuse me. Tennis, golf, track, all those things are coming up in the spring as well. But high school basketball, really, really full swing underway. So you need to check that out. Also locally, don't forget about Southeastern basketball. The Savage Storm is in town. Are in town. These non-plural mascots like Storm, they're really tough sometimes to go with. The Savage Storm, their teams are in town. There we go. Women's basketball, men's basketball teams are in town on Thursday and Friday and taking on a couple of perennially tough teams in the Great American Conference. Arkansas Tech at Bloomer Sullivan Arena to take on Southeastern on Thursday, and then Harding at Bloomer Sullivan Arena on Saturday to take on Southeastern. The women's basketball team is 3-6 on the season. The men's basketball team is 6-3 on the season. Right now in the middle of a 4-game winning streak, having scored more than 100 points in 2 of those 4 games. So I wanted to encourage you, let's go out and support our Savage Storm and support all of our local Bryan County basketball teams. Bryan County tournament's not far away too, and I know we're going to be talking about that here on BCP Live. Definitely will be doing that. May even do something on location. We'll see how that all works out. Yeah. Oh, actually, excuse me. I do broadcast sports. That's the drinking game here on BCP Live. and it gives me an opportunity to take a drink because I really needed one. Water, always water, always water. Now, because I do broadcast sports, I'm going to have the opportunity with the Great American Conference to get to visit with our new Southeastern softball coach, Coach Schur, and with Coach Crabtree, the baseball coach, as well on the GAC previews. Those are going to be coming up on some Wednesday mornings a little bit later on in January. So you'll need to check that out. I'll make sure that the link is in one of these descriptions. It'll be on the Patriot website somewhere, the link to get to watch these videos. So we get a chance to hear from new coach Schur and from, not old coach, Zach's not old, but our baseball coach Crabtree on those GAC previews as well. All right, thanks. I want to say thanks to everybody for watching tonight or today. If you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching it tonight, you're still online, hey, give us a shout out. Let us know from where you are watching the BCP Live broadcast. We've got about 2-3 more minutes to give me a shout out there and let me know from where you're watching. So let us know in the comments as I wrap up, and it will take just 2 or 3 minutes to do that. I want to remind you in 2023 that the rules have not changed for this year. And there are 3 things, as Danny mentioned earlier, there are 3 questions that she was wanting to apply to how we handle ourselves in that survey. There are 3 things that I want to encourage you in every single day. And 2023 is no different. Number 1, be wise. Be wise. Wisdom is the principal thing. By all means, and you need to look for wisdom. I mean, don't go off half-cocked. Be wise in everything you do. Be wise in everything you say. And if you feel like you don't have wisdom, the Bible says, ask God. He said, if you ask, he would give you wisdom, and he would not find fault in you asking. He's not going to look down on you because you asked for wisdom. Hey, thanks for watching from Boswell. All right, Tia, thank you for watching from Boswell. Appreciate that here on this Tuesday night. Wisdom is the principal thing, and I like that. And this is a phrase I've heard said before, and I will say this again. People will tell you, I've heard this. Maybe nobody tells you, so I'm not going to speak for you. People have told me many times before, well, with age comes wisdom. That's not necessarily true. With age comes, old. Okay, sometimes with age comes wrinkles. Hopefully, it's not going to come too soon or too quickly. There, I'd like to keep I've got some laugh lines and whatever else. I wore glasses for a number of years. Age doesn't give you wisdom. Age can give you experience, and you can learn from the experience, and you can grow in wisdom, but wisdom really comes from God. So I wanted to encourage you on that. So number 1, be wise. Number 2, walk in love. It is not always the easiest thing to do. It is always the best thing to do. And love does a lot of things. Love helps you forgive when you need to forgive, which is, for some of us, there are lots of times you have opportunities to forgive. Love covers up a multitude of sins. It really will. Love, well, the Captain O'Neill said that love will keep us together. So, hey, that's fine. There's my 70s reference for the day. Hey, Coach, thank you for watching tonight. Appreciate the thumbs up there. So love does a lot of things. I guess I should do one of these shows and just tell you all the things that love does. But I promise you, walking in love is the right way to do it. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but it is always the best thing to do. And finally, number 3, do not walk in fear. Okay? That is the absolute best. I can't even imagine. That one's a tough one, but it is really, really, I think it's one of the best things to do is to not walk in fear. You're given opportunities every single day to be afraid. And there's a difference between walking in fear and having respect for a situation. I've talked about it before, but it's a new year, so let me say it again. I've never taught my kids. I've taught my kids not to walk out on the street when, we live on a state highway. I don't want my kids to walk out on the street. I don't want them to be scared of cars, but I want them to respect the fact that a car coming through could hurt you. But don't be scared of a car because they'll never get in a car. There's respect for a situation, and then there's fear. And I encourage you, don't walk in fear. And I don't know about you, but in the last 2 or 3 weeks around Christmas, New Year's, I have had so many opportunities to be afraid, to walk in fear. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, but I'm telling you, you'll be encouraged and you'll be stronger in your walk, not only spiritually, but in every other area when you don't let fear creep in. Dustin, any other elected officials on slate for 23? Why? Yes. Don't have them listed or down yet. But we're gonna have some other elected officials. on the slate here, so we'll definitely get to talk with a few of them. I know 2 or 3 of them I hope to get to visit with, and we'll just see if they come on the show. But yes, Dustin, there will be. By the way, thanks for watching tonight, Dustin. I appreciate that. A friend of the channel, and we are a friend of Dustin as well too. So thank you for popping onto the comment section there. I almost said popped off, but that's not really right. Popping onto the comment section there. I appreciate that. For those of you who are watching, we're going to wrap up here on this Tuesday night. If you're watching live, man, it means a lot. It really does mean a lot to know that somebody's watching on live, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. Some folks watch on YouTube as well. Don't forget the Midwest Sportsnet YouTube channel, which is also part of the Emerald Quest Media Network. It crossed 1,200 subscribers, and we're looking to push that number. So if you're looking to subscribe to a YouTube channel, Midwest Sportsnet, we talk about Southeastern sports there as well every now and again. I also want to say, if you're watching the replay and you have held on this long, you've watched it all the way to the end, you are a trooper, and I appreciate that. So thank you for watching this, whether it's on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it is. Special thanks to Lisa Taylor, who has been on with us tonight, the city manager for the city of Durant. She has a lot going on. And don't forget, take the survey. Take the survey. Be honest, be respectful, but take the survey and let the folks know your thoughts and how the city of Durant, and by extension, Bryan County, can grow and do well. Eva, thank you for watching, and I appreciate that. I thank you very much. I hope to give a good word, and I appreciate you saying that. So thanks for watching tonight. I'm going to wrap up. Be wise, walk in love, do not walk in fear. Thank you, Lisa Taylor. Take the survey, support the Savage Storm and all of our local high school basketball teams here in Bryan County. And God bless you. Have a great night. See you next Tuesday.